All right, Rick, thank you. We had dramatic scenes coming out of Constitution Hall in Lansing today. Protesters had to be escorted out of a state auction. The protesters are against fracking. That's the process of getting oil and natural gas out of the ground. It's controversial. And 24-hour News 8's Danny Carlson was there. She joins us live in studio. Danny.
Brian, today's auction was for the oil and gas rights underneath more than 100,000 acres of Michigan land. It's the first step in a process that may end with fracking, which is why those protesters turned out today. More than a dozen people against fracking came out to Lansing. Several of those, as we showed you, got escorted out of that auction, and one was even arrested for disturbing the public meeting. Up for bid were 5-year leases to oil and gas rights underground, meaning companies in the future might use those rights to frack and try to get at that gas and oil. Now, the rights underneath Berry County, for example, were non-developmental rights, which means no one could physically build anything above the ground. Protesters say their concerns with fracking are for the environment. Reps from the DEQ say the environment is in good hands.
And that's the most important thing right there. We need to be able to breathe the air and drink the water in 50 years, you know?
If this had ever impacted the environment negatively, we'd have either taken additional regulatory steps or we would outlaw it outright.
So since the DEQ says they want to protect the land, we asked, wouldn't it be easier to do that without fracking? A rep said maybe, but says since it's the current energy policy, they're just trying to make it as safe as possible. Auctions like today's have been going on since the 1920s here in Michigan. We're told the next one will be in October.